afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Today we have a mod plan for what you can hear there in the background, the ZR1. And it's something that if you have a black C7, you're definitely going to want to check out. All right, guys, so in this box right here is what we got for the C7 ZR1. And let me tell you, it's going to be freaking awesome. It comes in such a small little box, but they are so amazingly cool, and it's going to make the black ZR1 look even better. Now, I got these at Corvettes at Carlisle this year, and it's from a company called RPI Designs. Let's take a look. There they are. Not too bad. Definitely an interesting little piece. So if you guessed tinted taillight covers, you're right. Now, these things are pretty interesting because those taillights are pretty visible. They stick out a little too much for my liking. These little covers that go on here really just tint it out and make them look a little darker. This is basically what we're going to do today, but there's a little bit of an installation requirement. Obviously, that's just sitting on there. I'm going to go through the installation process, show you how it's done, and give you my take on what the car looks like afterwards. Cars, guys. Just sitting on there, look how much better that looks all tinted out than the cleared out tail lights. Now, don't get me wrong, usually this look is pretty nice. On my Z06 I used to have, that looked absolutely fine, but on a black car, this looks way better. It just mutes everything, makes everything look a lot more stealth, and that's what you want with a black car. So minimal instructions here, but basically what we need to do is clean the taillights with the supplied alcohol, peel the backing off the clear tape that's on the actual taillight cover there. You can see the red right there. Once they're applied, ideally you won't see the tape at all. All you'll see is just the tinted taillight covers. Then it says, starting with the top of the cover, simply press the top into place, followed by the bottom. You want to push the top in first, then the bottom. Once in place, hold for 10 to 15 seconds. Obviously, repeat this process with each of the remaining covers. Make sure to allow the 3M VHB adhesive to fully cure. They suggest 10 to 12 hours before you drive your Corvette, but it actually says driver your Corvette. I assume they mean drive, but anyway, next step is to enjoy, basically. So it shouldn't be too difficult. I'm gonna go ahead and bust out the alcohol wipes and start getting these things wiped down so they're ready. The barest of essentials here. Let's go ahead and clean off the first tail light. So we're just gonna rub this section down. The car was just cleaned yesterday, so it should be good to go as far as that's concerned. Flip it, give it one last go, and then let it dry. This stuff isn't exactly rocket science, it's just an alcohol pad. Next, we're gonna go ahead and take the protective layer off the clear tape here. It's actually a little more difficult than you might think, but once you get it started, you should be able to just pull it right off, like so. As you can see, it's pretty much transparent from the outside looking in. We'll just take off both of the protective layers and we'll go ahead and get this particular one installed. And here's this one coming off. Someday someone's gonna design a way to make the double-sided tape not be so difficult to remove the protective layer for. That won't be me though. So let's go ahead and get this thing on here. Instructions say to put the top in first and the bottom last. Now I'm just holding for the 10 seconds that they recommend. All right, that should be it. It feels pretty installed, so I think we're good. I'm gonna move on to the next one. I'm gonna remove the tape off the back and then stick it on. We're just gonna stick this on top first and then hold it in place for 10 seconds. Okay, that's 10 seconds. Let's take a look. Before and after. Definitely a more stealthy approach here. It's a little hard to see in the lighting in my garage, but definitely looks way better. I mean, this is basically the equivalent of tinting your windows, especially on a black car. Tinted windows look freaking awesome. Why not try to tint out everything we can as far as the taillights and everything else goes? Even my license plate has a tinted cover over top of it. It's not very tinted, it's just enough to knock down the white in the plate that PA makes us have for some reason. So it's just to mute the colors a little bit, make everything not so punchy. On a black car, anything that stands out like that really stands out. So tinting everything or kind of giving it that stealth or menacing approach is the way to do it if you got a black car, in my opinion at least. Anyway, let's finish up the passenger side and then we're good to go. So they're both wiped down with the alcohol wipes. I'm gonna go ahead and start to apply the actual lens. The hardest part of this whole process is honestly removing these. I mean, that's good and bad. I mean, these things are more difficult than they should be, but the overall installation of these things is pretty straightforward. They look like pretty good quality pieces. RPI charges, I think, $209 for these things, and really they're just pieces of plexiglass that's tinted and cut to fit. Not anything earth-shattering here, but for the purpose I want them for, they're perfect. So I'm definitely gonna give a thumbs up to RPI Designs. They definitely hooked me up at Carlisle this year. And overall, they seem like they have some fantastic parts for the Corvette C7 and C6. That's what they really had at Carlisle, but I checked out their website and it seems like they have Corvette parts for pretty much every single Corvette out there. So definitely check them out. If you're interested in something like this, they have these kind of mods for your car that a lot of people don't even think about until they see someone else that has one. I saw these on D. Anthony's car, DZR1 Messiah. If you want to check him out, I'll link his info down at the bottom in the description. He's a real cool dude, has the same car as me, only his is ceramic matrix gray, and it's actually because of his car that I ended up buying this ZR1, so definitely check him out as well. Just like the driver's side, we're going to put the top in first and then push the bottom in. That's where the adhesive's at. Then we're just gonna hold it for 10 seconds again to make sure everything sets. Should be good. With one done and one not done, you can really see the difference here. Like I said, this is basically the equivalent of tinting your windows, but look at the difference there, guys. Way more stealthy, way more stocky. It's definitely looking pretty good though. Let's finish this side up and then we're good to go. The instructions say to leave this sit for about 10 to 12 hours. I won't be driving the car till tomorrow anyway, so that'll be perfect. It should be able to sit overnight, no problems. I've already wiped this one down, so we get to do the difficult part of this installation again by removing this and then sticking the taillight cover on. One down, one to go. I guess if you had really long fingernails, this might be easier, but as a dude, if you have really long fingernails, I don't know. Your problems probably go outside of just needing to be able to remove the protective layer off of double-sided tape. And same thing as before, we'll put the top in first and then push the bottom in. Then we will hold it down for 10 seconds. Now this stuff does actually set pretty quick. It's odd. I'm not used to experiencing something like this with double-sided tape. But basically the second that stuff touches something, it sticks pretty hard. So these shouldn't go anywhere. And we're all finished. So what do you think? I'll be honest with you guys, it looks freaking phenomenal. Between the tinted taillight covers, the tinted license plate cover, and the ACS diffuser fins down here, the back end of this car is completely finished. And here's the best part, guys. If you put your foot on the brake or put on your turn signal, it almost doesn't even look like these covers are on there. So it helps mute that clear taillight look without actually diminishing any of your light output. So check this out. Not bad, right? All right, guys, so we got the taillight covers installed and it's finally a decent day here in PA, so I can show you them outside. Now, honestly, guys, before I show you this, the black C7 Corvette needs this so freaking bad. It is amazing how much better these look. So let's just get right to them here. Look at these things, guys. I mean, amazing. They literally make the rear end of this car look fantastic. For the price, honestly, you can't go wrong. Like I said, I got these from RPI Designs. I will put the link in the description down below if you guys are interested in this. If you have a black C7 Corvette, you need these. It's that simple. They absolutely make the rear end of this car. I had seen them before, and I never was really sold on them until I saw them again on a black C7 Corvette, and then I realized I had to have them. They really just mute that clear style taillight that the Z06 and the ZR1 come with. And honestly, it looks absolutely fantastic. For under 250 bucks, you guys can have these taillight covers and they look phenomenal. And the best part is they don't really impede light output at all. Like I showed a little earlier in the clip here, you can actually clearly see the brake lights still through there. So they look fantastic and they're functional too. But anyway, guys, that's gonna do it for today's video. So if you liked what you saw, give me a big thumbs up. If you have any questions about these taillight covers or anything I've done with my C7 Corvette, leave them in the comment section down below. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, please do. I have loads of content coming for the C7 and the C8 Corvette as well, so you're definitely not going to want to miss that. And as always, guys, I'll catch you in the next upload.